Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we have a Hornby Class 101 DMU. I believe this model came out in the Hornby catalogue between 2008 and 2010. I have this model since 2015, so for the last 10 years she's been running on the layout, and over that time she's been very reliable, very smooth on the track, and she also has very good slow speed performance. So then I was thinking to myself, it's not good enough for me to just throw comments and statements out like that and just leave it at that. So that's what I was thinking. Maybe today I can prove this, how good a model she is. And that's of course what I'm going to do today. So last night, like Baldric out of Blackadder, I was hatching a devious plan and thinking of ways I could punish this locomotive and really put it through the ringer, as you'd say, to test the conductivity and the electrical pickup reliability, because well, I'm cruel like that. So I'm going to carry out a series of tests, and then we will see what kind of results we get. So stick with me and we see how we get on. Now, as part of setting the conditions for this test, I'm just going to show you the model briefly. Okay, she's a very basic model, not much detail in that, but that's not what we're interested in at the moment. Obviously, she has 8 wheels, and there is actually electrical pickups on all 8 wheels of this locomotive. Here at this end, the power bogie, she has 2 traction tires. So then you would be logically thinking that for this test, she's now down to 6 wheels picking up electrical conductivity, unless the wheels with the traction tires, the flanges, were up against the inside of the rails, picking up some kind of electricity. But for the most part, 2 traction tires, we're going to say that this has 6 wheels picking up electricity. Now, there is the product code for this locomotive and train pack. She is R3146, British Rail Class 101 3-car DMU. And as far as I could tell, I did go onto the Hornby Collector's Guide, couldn't find this particular Rovex number. I found another one, and then I started Googling this Rovex number and found it was somewhere between 08 and 09. Another thing I'm going to do before we carry out the test is I am just going to show you her on the track. It has a DCC chip, just a standard Hornby one in there. It does not have anything like a stay alive, and I'll kind of prove that to you before we do the test. I'm not really into stay alives and that kind of thing. So that's just the basic things about this model. Another thing I'm going to show you now is that we have, for the test, CMX was out just before lunch there. The track got a thorough clean, and there's going to be 2 tests. One of them will be in the Junction area here, obviously, because there is so many dead sections. So on all the point work here, where the frog is, you've got various dead sections. That will be the easiest test for her. She should manage that pretty well. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have her running out of the siding where she's normally stabled, running at the slowest speed that I possibly can get this locomotive to run through this junction area towards the main line, and we'll see how she gets on. Okay, so here she is on the track. Just going to prove there's no stay alive, so I'm going to lift this end up, apply the power, and there you go. You can see the wheels turning there, and you can see she's still sitting on the track here. So if I lift her up completely now, there you go, no stay alive. Put it back down the track, wheels are going again. So no stay alive in that at all. So wheels back on the track there, lift it up, no, stop immediately. So there is a decoder in there, but there is no stay alive. So let's move on with test number 1. Now, she's already set up in the siding there, and we're ready to go. So we're going to start her off. As you can see, she's going to be traversing the junction here, and I'm going to set her off at a particularly slow speed, and She's really, really, really slow. So for those of you that are going to get fed up to the back teeth, you can go off and make yourself a cup of tea, because she's going to take a while traversing this point work. Let's see how she gets on. Not much detail on this model. She has some exhausts at the back there near the connector corridor, a little bit of bogey detail, a little bit of underframe detail, and that's pretty much it. Just a standard, I think it's Hornby decoder R8249 in this. It's nothing fancy. It's your bog standard Hornby DCC chip. The paintwork isn't too bad on this model. I think Hornby did a reasonably good job on it. It has interior detail seats in there, and if you wanted, you could take the body off, populate the interior coach, even add a little bit of lighting in there, and she wouldn't look too bad at all. At the moment, she's not doing too bad. Just to show you the speed on the select, she is at that position there. Now she can actually go slower than that, but we'll be here all day long. Right, we're over, what is it, 2 points. We're hitting the third point there. Just give you an aerial view here. We're nearly at the main line. Main line's just here. This is not a big deal for this locomotive at all. The second test I'm going to perform is going to be a lot tougher for this locomotive, and we are going to deliberately isolate as many wheels as possible and see how she gets on. So she's approaching the point work that leaves or enters the main line. Let's see how she gets on here. So far she's done all that and there's been no issues. Sometimes when you have the wheel flange butting up against the frog or a piece of the track, it's really the friction sometimes that stops the locomotive, and it's not the electrical conductivity. You can hear that the motor still kind of buzzing as it's getting electricity, but it's trying to overcome friction. And she's now exiting the yard. It's taken the best part of 3 minutes to do that. I know you probably come back with your cup of tea and biscuits in the time I've done this. Okay, let's get on with another test and see how we get on. Now here she goes again, this time with the dummy trailer and the center car. Let's see how she gets on. She looks well there on the track, really. If you give it the old 3 foot rule in terms of appearance, I don't think she's too bad. She really can creep. I think, as far as I know, it just has the Hornby 5-pole motor in this power car. And the power car is now entering the junction area. Let's see how she gets on. Give you an aerial view here. So the lead unit is just about to enter the main line, and she's kind of in the center of the junction, and at the moment, fingers crossed, everything seems to be running pretty good. The speed setting on the select has been very slow indeed. This is the last of the bogies to leave the yard, and she's done it very slow. So let's move on with the really tough test. Right, up to now she's had it easy. So we now know that even if I lift this bogie completely off the track and apply power, the bogie wheels will turn because she's got pickups on here. But what if we take it a step further and completely isolate the wheels on this bogie here? And that's what we're going to do now. So how we're going to do that, we're literally just going to put a piece of card that will insulate those wheels from the track. And I'm going to do that right now. So there we go, put that right in there. So now you can see these wheels are not going to be able to get any electricity from the track. This piece of card is covering them all, and actually just to prove it to you, just in case you think, there you go, the card is right out the other side of the train. So now we have all four wheels there insulated from the track. On this end, we now know from looking at them that these four wheels all have electrical pickup, but there's traction tires on 2 of these wheels. So effectively this train is now down to 2 wheels to try and pick up electricity. So let's apply some power and see what happens. Okay, I'll have her set to go in this direction so she can drag these wheels off the card. Let's see how we get on. So applying power slowly, and she's moving. And you'll see the trail wheels now slipping. They're slipping back onto the track. There we go. So we can conclude from that this train, if those traction tires are doing their job by gripping the track, they should be insulating those wheels from the track and effectively eliminating these wheels. We were just down to 2 wheels that were picking up electricity. But can we even take this a stage further? Well, yes we can, because I'm very cruel. So let's get on with the next test. Now this time we have the 4 wheels insulated there, and we've got another 2 wheels insulated there. So this might be just too much for her because she's got a traction tire on one of these wheels that is actually sitting on the track. Let's apply some power. I'm not expecting her to move. She's going to be highly under stress here now to move. So let's go. Oh, she moved, but she stopped. Okay, it was just literally too much for her. She's only relying on the 1 wheel, but she did move for a second. Wow. So what are the conclusions? So you can conclude that even when she was down to just 2 wheels, one of which had a traction tire in it, she was still able to get some power from somewhere, making this unit very reliable really. She's 8 wheels, 6-wheel pickup effectively, even though they put pickups on the wheels with the traction tires. And that's why I think over the last 10 years this has just been a very reliable runner for me. All I've really done is clean wheels and the pickups, and she does the rest. So I recommend this train if you're thinking of going out and buying what effectively is a railroad model, but she's just reliable at the end of the day. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you like the Hornby DMU Class 101 and you have any thoughts on it, drop us a comment and I'll do my best to get back to you. I have the Rovex number now if you want to go searching for her. And yeah, I'm glad I have this train. Basic but reliable. So that's it for this video. I'll have another video as soon as I can, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.